Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to start our first chapter of new syllabus, which is updated by Maharashtra Board. Okay, so the first chapter is our rotational dynamics. Before study that rotational dynamics, we have to understood some basic concept from 11th standard. Okay, so first we understood some basic concept of 11th standard, and then we will study this chapter rotational dynamics. So the first concept is circular motion. Circular motion. So what do you mean by circular motion? When any object or body or particle which is moving in circular path, एखादा ऑब्जेक्ट किंवा बॉडी ही सर्क्युलर पाथ मध्ये मूव्ह असेल, then its motion is called as a circular motion. Means any particle moving in circular path, then its motion is called as a circular motion. Example: when the earth is revolving around the sun, then its motion is called as a circular motion. Another example: motion of blades of fan. Another example: motion of tire of vehicle. These are the different examples of circular motion. Okay, now the next concept is radius vector. What do you mean by radius vector? Radius vector, okay, it is denoted by small r or sometimes capital R. Suppose we have one circular motion, and when a vector is drawn, vector means it is an arrow. Okay, vector is represented by arrow. So suppose vector is drawn from the center of circle, this is the center of circle, to any point on the circumference of circle. Okay, then this vector is called as a radius vector. If we draw here, then it is also called as a radius vector. If we draw vector here, then it is again radius vector. If we draw here, again it is radius vector. Okay, so all these are radius vector. If we observe this diagram, then what? The magnitude of each radius vector is same. Magnitude of each radius vector. Suppose this is our R1, R2, R3, R4, R5. Then the magnitude of each radius vector is same. Okay, R3 bar which is equal to R4 bar which is equal to R5 bar. Okay, so we can write as a R bar common. But the direction of each radius vector is different. Radius vector the magnitude is same, but direction is different for different radius vector. And if we again observe, the radius vector has direction is away from the center of the circle. म्हणजे radius vector the direction कुठे असणार आहे? Away from the center of the circle. Suppose it is radius vector, so its SI unit of radius vector is what? It is meter. Then CGS unit, okay, it is centimeter. Dimension, it is M0, L1 and T0. Understood? This is your radius vector. The next concept is our angular displacement. Okay, so suppose we have one circular motion, and suppose this is one radius vector, this is our another radius vector. Then the angle between them, or the angle made by these two radius vector, okay, with the center of circle, या दोन रेडियस वेक्टर ने सेंटर पर जो का एंगल बनवलेला आहे, that angle is called as the angular displacement. Okay, then what is this definition? The angle made by radius vectors with the center of circle, this angle is called as the angular displacement. Understood? So its unit, the unit of angular displacement is radian, or in simply rad. Okay, means the angular displacement is always measured in terms of radian. It has no dimension. It is dimensionless quantity, or it has no dimension. Understood? Now the finite angular displacement is a scalar quantity. If we consider this angular displacement, then it is a scalar quantity because it has no direction but it has magnitude. So it is a scalar quantity. But if we consider infinitesimal means very small angular displacement. For example, suppose if we consider circular motion, okay, and suppose if we can say very small, less than this, that is 1 degree, 2 degree, then this angular displacement is a vector quantity. Okay, means finite angular displacement is scalar quantity, but infinite simul, that is very small, which is nearly equal to 0. Okay, very small angular displacement is vector quantity. Okay, suppose the angular displacement is a vector quantity, means it has direction. Angular displacement is vector quantity as well, then it has direction, and its direction is given by right hand thumb rule. Okay, so to give the or to show the direction of angular displacement, okay, we have to study right hand thumb rule. So direction is given by right hand thumb rule. For that, imagine the right hand with folded finger. काय होतं पण right hand thumb rule काय असणार आहे? Imagine the right hand with folded finger and the thumb outstretched. If the folded finger gives the direction of rotation of particle, जर हे folded finger okay, rotation of particles चं direction दाखवत असतील, then the thumb gives the direction of angular displacement. Means suppose if we have the circular motion and the particle is moving in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, suppose the particle is moving in anti-clockwise direction in this way. This is the direction of rotation of particle. So the direction of angular displacement is exactly outward. Direction कुठे असणार आहे? Outward. Understood? And suppose we have clockwise direction of clockwise rotation. Suppose this is the clockwise rotation. Clockwise rotation of particle. Then the direction of angular displacement is inward. त्या बोर्डच्या आतमध्ये असणार. समजलं? So these are the direction of angular displacement. Understood? The next one is angular velocity. Okay, we know that linear velocity. What is linear velocity? Displacement upon time. It is called as a linear velocity. So what do you mean by angular velocity? Okay, if we have linear displacement, then in angular motion or in circular motion, the displacement is angular displacement upon time. So its definition is the angular displacement upon time is called as the angular velocity, or we can say the rate of change of angular displacement with time is called as the angular velocity. So omega is d theta upon dt, or we can say omega is equal to theta upon t. So its unit becomes unit of the theta has no unit. Theta has unit radian and the time has unit second. So the unit of the angular velocity is radian per second. Its dimension, theta has no dimension but time has dimension. So we get m0, L0, and in denominator we have t. So after solving we get t raised to minus 1. This is the dimension of angular velocity. Again, the finite angular velocity is a scalar quantity. It has magnitude, but it has no direction. But the infinite simul or instantaneous angular velocity, that is very small angular velocity, is a vector quantity. And जर आपण small vector quantity small quantity घेतली angular displacement angular velocity ची, then it is a vector quantity. Okay, so if it is a vector quantity, means it has direction, and its direction is again given by right hand thumb rule. For that, again imagine the right hand with folded finger and the thumb outstretched. If the folded finger gives the direction of rotation of particle, then the thumb gives the direction of angular the velocity. Understood? This is the direction of angular velocity by using right hand thumb rule. The next concept is angular acceleration. We know that linear acceleration A is equal to velocity upon time. So the angular acceleration alpha is, this linear velocity is replaced by angular velocity, time as it is, means the angular velocity upon time is called as the angular acceleration, or we can say the rate of change of angular velocity with time, it is called as the angular acceleration. So the angular acceleration alpha is d by d omega upon dt, or we can say alpha is equal to omega upon t. Okay, therefore its unit of that angular acceleration, what is the unit of omega? It is radian per second. Okay, upon time means into second, so we get its unit radian per second square. This is the unit of angular acceleration, and therefore dimension of omega has dimension m0 l0 t minus 1, and upon time means t1, so we get m0 l0 t minus 2. So the dimension of that angular acceleration is m0 l0 t minus 2. Again, the finite angular acceleration is a scalar quantity. जर मोठं angular acceleration असेल, then it is a scalar quantity, but infinite, or we can say very small, that is instantaneous angular acceleration, is again vector quantity. Okay, and if the angular acceleration is a vector quantity, means it has direction, and again its direction is given by right hand thumb rule. Again, imagine the right hand with folded finger and the thumb outstretched. If the folded finger gives the rotation of particle, okay, म्हणजे जर particle असा फिरत असेल, then this thumb gives the direction of angular acceleration. If we change the direction of rotation of particles, the particle's direction of rotation change केला, then the direction of rotation of angular acceleration also changes. Okay, this is your angular acceleration. Now, the characteristics of circular motion. The first character is the circular motion is periodic in motion or periodic motion. First, what do you mean by periodic motion? The motion which repeat itself in equal interval of time, that motion is called as a periodic motion. म्हणजे अशी मोशन जी इक्वल इंटरवल ऑफ टाइम मध्ये पुन्हा पुन्हा रिपीट होते. ओके, that motion is called as a periodic motion. In circular motion, the particle complete each rotation, म्हणजेच काय, if we consider particle complete each rotation in equal interval of time. Okay, म्हणजे जर suppose to complete one rotation, the time is suppose 10 seconds. Then for next rotation again the time is 10 seconds. Means each rotation required same time, so it is a periodic motion. Therefore the circular motion is again the periodic motion. This is the first characteristics of circular motion. Second, the periodic motion is accelerated motion. Okay, in periodic motion the direction of particle is changes at every time. Means what? Its direction is changes. Suppose initially the particle is here, after certain time the particle is here, after certain time the particle is here. Means the direction of particle is changes. Initial direction is here, okay, then here, then here, then here. Means the direction is changes. Means what? The particle has acceleration. So the circular motion is accelerated motion. Understood? These are the two characteristics of circular motion. Next, the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. That is the relation between v and omega. V means linear velocity and omega means angular velocity. So we have already studied in 11th standard, v is equal to r omega. It is a scalar form, and v bar is equal to omega cross r. It is a vector form. We have already studied in 11th standard. Okay. So here कसं आलं? Suppose we have one circular motion. So suppose this is our radius vector, and suppose the angular velocity omega. Suppose this is the linear velocity of the particle. Suppose this is the center of the circle. In one rotation, in one rotation, okay, how much the distance complete by the particle? The distance complete by the particle is 2 pi r, that is circumference of the circle. एका रोटेशन मध्ये किती डिस्टन्स कंप्लीट करणार आहे? सर्कम्फरन्स ऑफ द सर्कल. Therefore its linear velocity, what is the formula for linear velocity? It is distance upon time. Okay, so we get v is equal to 2 pi r upon t. Suppose equation number 1. Again, in one rotation, how much the angular displacement? एका रोटेशन मध्ये angular displacement किती असणार आहे? It is 360 degree. Understood? Means in one rotation the angular displacement, that is theta, is equal to 2 pi or 360 degree. Understood? But omega is what? It is theta upon t. Angular velocity is angular displacement upon time. So omega is equal to how much? It is 2 pi upon t. Understood? Now rearranging the term, so we get omega is equal to 2 pi upon t. Rearranging r upon r, so 2 pi r upon t, 2 pi r upon t, it is velocity. Okay, so here we write v upon r, and from that equation we get v is equal to r omega. Understood? This is your relation from 11th standard, and in vector form it is omega cross r. Understood? Now we have to find the relation between linear acceleration and angular acceleration. We have to find the relation between linear acceleration and angular acceleration. So we have the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity, v is equal to r omega. If we differentiate with respect to time, with respect to time t, so here we get dv upon dt equal to d by dt of r omega. But r is a constant term because radius vector has magnitude constant, so it is constant term. Taking outside the integration into d omega upon dt. Understood? dv upon dt. Now here the linear velocity upon time, so it is linear acceleration. Understood? Is equal to r. Angular velocity upon time, it is alpha. So we get a is equal to r alpha. Understood? This is the relation between linear acceleration and angular acceleration. समझला? The next concept is our uniform circular motion, that is UCM. Then what is its definition? When the particle moving in circular path with constant speed or angular velocity, म्हणजे particle speed का असणार constant असेल and it is move in circular path, then its motion is called as the uniform circular motion. For example, motion of earth around the sun, it is uniform circular motion because its velocity is constant because it takes same time to complete one rotation. Motion of hand of clock, it is again uniform circular motion. In UCM, the magnitude of linear velocity, that is our speed, is constant, but the direction of linear velocity is different at different points, and its direction is obtained by drawing a tangent at that point. Okay, see here. Suppose this is the circular motion. Okay, and suppose the particle moving in anti-clockwise direction. So at this point, suppose we are considering A, B, C, D, all 4 points. At this point, the magnitude of velocity, magnitude of linear velocity is different at different points, but direction of that velocity, okay, it is obtained by drawing a tangent. We have to draw tangent at that point. This velocity is Vd. At this point, the velocity is what? It is Va. At this point, the velocity is Vb. Means to find the direction of that velocity, we have to draw the tangent at that point. Okay, this is the velocity. But here the magnitude of velocity, that is Va bar, is equal to Vb bar. which is equal to Vc bar, which is equal to Vd bar. Okay, the magnitude is same, but the direction of that linear velocity is different at different points, and the direction is obtained by drawing a tangent at that point. Understood? This is your uniform circular motion. Now, period of UCM. Period, next point is our period of uniform circular motion. We know that what do you mean by period? The time taken by the particle to complete one rotation. Okay, that time is called as the period of UCM. Means suppose the particle is performing uniform circular motion. एक particle है जो uniform circular motion perform करते हैं. Then the time taken by the particle to complete one rotation. Suppose the particle is starting here and it complete one rotation. Okay, and to complete that rotation, suppose the time is required t. Then that time is called as the period of UCM. Okay, simply, what is its definition? The time taken by the particle to complete one rotation performing UCM, this time is called as the period of UCM. Suppose, consider this diagram. Suppose the particle is here. In time t, or in one rotation, how much distance completed by the particle? It is circumference 2 pi r. Understood? Therefore, its linear velocity, velocity is equal to distance upon time. So we get the time or period, which is equal to distance upon velocity. So we get t is equal to, what is the distance completed by the particle in one rotation? It is 2 pi r upon v. Suppose equation number 1. But for circular motion, we have v is equal to r omega. Okay, so putting here, therefore we get t is equal to 2 pi r upon the value of v is r omega. So this r get cancelled, and therefore we have t is equal to 2 pi upon omega. This is the expression for period of uniform circular motion. Okay, from that equation we get omega is equal to 2 pi upon t. This is most important formula for our problem. Understood? Expression for period of uniform circular motion. Next one. Frequency of uniform circular motion. What do you mean by frequency? The number of rotation completed by the particle in 1 second. एका सेकंदात त्याने किती रोटेशन कंप्लीट केले? In one rotation, how many rotation completed by the particle is called as the frequency of uniform circular motion or UCM. Okay, एका सेकंदात किती रोटेशन झाले? It is called as the frequency. So the frequency is n is equal to 1 upon t. Frequency is reciprocal of period, and we know that period is equal to 2 pi upon omega. So we get n is equal to 1 upon 2 pi upon omega, or n is equal to omega upon 2 pi. This is the expression for frequency of UCM, and its unit of frequency is, it is hertz, or it is 1 upon second, or if we use this formula, then the unit of omega is radian per second. Understood? Because 2 pi is a constant. These are the units of frequency of UCM. Understood? This is your UCM. The next concept is our centripetal or radial acceleration. In uniform circular motion, the direction of linear velocity is different at different points. Means the uniform circular motion is accelerated motion. If the direction of linear velocity is different, so it has acceleration, and therefore uniform circular motion is accelerated motion. And the direction of this acceleration is toward the center of the circle. Acceleration, the direction what is toward the center of the circle, and this acceleration is called as a radial or centripetal acceleration. So what is its definition? The acceleration which is directed toward the center of the circle, this acceleration is called as a centripetal or radial acceleration. Okay, so it is our radial acceleration, and its formula. formula AR is equal to minus omega square R. Here, why we take negative sign? If we consider this is the direction of acceleration. Okay, so what is the direction of a radius vector? It is always away from the center of the circle. So the direction of acceleration and radius vectors are opposite. So here we get negative sign. समजलं? Acceleration आणि याचा डायरेक्शन काय अपोजिट आहे म्हणून इथे काय निगेटिव्ह साइन आलं. Okay, this is the formula. In magnitude, if we consider only magnitude of this equation, so we get A is equal to omega square R. Suppose equation number 1. But we know that V is equal to R omega, and from that equation we get omega is equal to V upon R. And if we put here, so we get A is equal to, if we take square of omega, so here we get omega square upon R square into R. So one R get cancelled, and therefore we get expression for that acceleration is V square upon R. Understood? So this is the another formula for your acceleration of radial acceleration or centripetal acceleration. So, or suppose we have this formula, then we can write AR is equal to, we can write that omega square as a omega into omega. Omega square ला काय लिहू शकतो आपण omega into R. But omega into R, it is our V. So we get another formula is omega into V. This is the another formula for centripetal or radial acceleration. Understood?
The next concept is non-uniform circular motion or non-UCM. We know that UCM, in UCM, which term is constant? That is the speed is constant. Okay. So what do you mean by non-UCM or non-uniform circular motion? When the speed is not constant, then the motion is called as a non-uniform circular motion. Then what is its definition? When the speed is not constant and the particle is moving in circular path, then its motion is called as a non-uniform circular motion. For example, motion of tire of vehicle, okay, this motion is non-uniform motion. Then motion of blades of fan, it is again non-uniform motion. Understood? These are the examples of non-uniform circular motion. Next one, direction of omega and alpha. When the omega is increases, means what? When we are switch on our fan, then the direction of omega and alpha, that is angular acceleration, are same. दोघांचा डायरेक्शन काय असणार आहे? सेम असणार आहे. मीन्स see this diagram. Okay, then the direction of omega and direction of alpha are same when the fan is switched on. When omega is decreases, then the direction of omega and alpha are opposite. दोघांचं डायरेक्शन काय असणार आहे? वेगवेगळं असणार आहे, अपोजिट असणार आहे. मीन्स सपोज दिस इज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ ओमेगा, so this is the direction of our alpha. That's why the fan is slowed down. This is when fan is switched off. Understood? Means omega get decreases because of the opposite direction of alpha, and here the omega increases when the omega increases because of the direction of alpha, that is angular acceleration, and direction of omega, that is angular velocity, as same. So the speed or omega is increases, and that is when fan is switched on and when fan is switched off. Understood? Next concept is our centripetal force and centrifugal force. We have to write its difference, or the question is asked separately. Then first is centripetal and second one is centrifugal. Centripetal means toward the center of the circle. So the definition of centripetal force is the force which is directed toward the center of the circle. that force is called as a centripetal force. समजलं असा फोर्स जो सेंटरकडे डायरेक्शन असणार आहे that force is called as a centripetal force. The force which is directed toward the center of the circle called as a centripetal force. Understood? So suppose this is the circular motion and the force of particle which is directed toward the center of the circle. This force is called as the centripetal force or simply FCP, centripetal force, FCP. Okay, and centrifugal force, this force which is directed away from the center of the circle. The force which is directed away from the center of the circle, that force is called as a centrifugal force. Okay, suppose the force which is directed away from the center of the circle, this force is directed away from the center of the circle, so it is centrifugal force, FCF, centrifugal force. Okay, this is your centripetal and centrifugal force. Understood? So the formula for centripetal force, that FCP which is equal to minus mv square upon r, or FCP is equal to minus mr omega square. Okay, कसं बघा, suppose by Newton second law F is equal to ma, but acceleration is, if the force is centripetal, so the acceleration also centripetal, so we get a is equal to minus omega square r. This is the formula for centripetal acceleration. So here we get minus m omega square r or mr omega square. This is first formula. Again we have acceleration a is equal to v square upon r. Okay, acceleration of particle is v upon r or minus v upon r. So here we get, if we put omega is equal to v upon r, so m into v square upon r. Understood? So we get minus mv square upon r. This is the formula for centripetal force. Or we can say the direction of force and direction of radius vector, they are opposite, so here we get the negative sign. Understood? So the formula for centrifugal force, here we get FCF which is equal to mv square upon r, or FCF which is equal to mr omega square, because the direction of centrifugal force and direction of radius vectors are same, so here we have positive sign, but here the direction of force and direction of radius vectors are opposite, so here we have negative sign. Understood? It is a real force. It is a real force, means centrifugal force is real force, but this centrifugal is non-real force. It is non-real. It is also called as a pseudo force. Pseudo force. Understood? Now example, when the earth is revolving around the sun, ज्यावेळेस पृथ्वी सूर्यावरती गोल फिरते, means it required centripetal force, and this force is given by gravitational force of attraction between earth and the sun. Understood? This is one example. Or another example, when electron is revolving around the nucleus, then again the centripetal force is required, because that electrons get attracted by the nucleus. This force is called as a centripetal force. Okay, and the example of centrifugal force, when the passengers are sitting in a bus and the bus is moving on a road surface, and suddenly the driver make a turn. Suppose the driver make a turn on left side, then we pull outside. Okay, so it means the direction of that force is away from the center of the circle. This is one example. Or another example, merry-go-round. Third example, the mud flying of the tires. The tires press and then the chico wood, again it is a centrifugal force. Understood? This is your centripetal and centrifugal force. The next point is our kinematical equations in linear motion and in circular or in angular motion. We know that in linear motion the displacement is given by s, then u is initial linear velocity, v means final linear velocity, and a means linear acceleration. In the same way, in circular motion, the theta is our angular displacement, omega 0 is initial angular velocity, omega is final angular velocity, and alpha is our angular acceleration. Okay, So by using this notation, we can write the kinematical equation for linear motion. Okay, so for linear motion, there are three kinematical equations. So the first kinematical equation, the first kinematic equation is V is equal to U plus AT. Then second kinematical equation, which is equal to S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Okay, and the third kinematical equation, V square is equal to U square plus twice H. Okay, these are the three kinematical equation in linear motion. By using this linear motion or by using this notation, we can write the kinematic equation for angular motion. So for circular motion, the first kinematical equation, okay, we know that V is our final linear velocity. So here we have final linear angular velocity is omega. U is initial, but here initial is omega 0. So here we get omega 0 plus A means our linear acceleration, but for angular acceleration is alpha and the time is same. So this is our first kinematical equation. Omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha into t. Similarly, the second kinematical equation, is, okay, here S is equal to ut plus half at square. This is our second kinematical equation for linear motion. So we can write the second kinematical equation for angular or circular motion. Okay, here S means displacement. For circular motion, displacement is what? Theta. U means initial linear velocity. So here we have initial angular velocity omega 0. Time is as it is plus half. A means what? Linear acceleration. So for circular motion it is alpha and t as it is. Okay, this is t square. This is our second kinematical equation. Now third kinematical equation. Okay, so here we have V square. V square means final linear velocity, and therefore for angular motion or circular motion we have omega as a final. So we get omega square, which is equal to omega 0 square plus 2. Here A means linear acceleration, here alpha means angular acceleration. So here we have alpha. S means linear displacement, so here we have theta. Okay, these are the three kinematical equation for circular motion. Understood?